Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Thrive Labs, the place to learn technical analysis and become more consistent in trading. I want to start off this video with wishing you all a very happy Thanksgiving for all my United States fellow traders out there. Hope you are having a splendid weekend. And today I am going to be bringing you a video which obviously I'm going to be talking about the Bitcoin price, but will also like to talk about some fundamental things today. So hope you enjoy. I've structured this video in segments this time, so you can easily find the sections that you want to watch and or for future reference or something like that. So I hope you thoroughly enjoy this video. It's going to be a good one. I will be giving some insights and thoughts on more fundamental things, which I rarely do on this channel. So yeah, sit back, relax, and enjoy. And if you haven't done so, don't forget to like and subscribe, because usually the information in here is time sensitive and you don't really want to miss that. So let me just start off with directly following up from the last video. And in order to do so, I'm going to show you a snippet of the last video. And we're going to continue on from there on out. Enjoy. That bias be invalidated? Well, for an immediate, at the moment, I think there's an immediate chance that we can simply continue going up. However, lose 36,800, in other words, the midline of this sideways channel, then that probability decreases that we're going to have that sooner rather than later. And, a deeper retracement is more likely, where $36,000 is going to be a crucial key level, where after we hit that, we could still make that turnaround, right? We could still make that turnaround and then go for that $40,000, albeit a bit later than, right now, essentially. Now, lose that level, that is the moment where we're going to have to review the chart and look for levels further down below. I already have made the plan. I've already shared this and I'm reinforcing this each and every day within the community. But for now, for this video, that falls a little bit out of scope, and, we're simply pretty far away from that. So you guys will have to work with these levels right now. 36,800 support, $36,000 next support. To the upside we have, really. And there we go. I want to emphasize this particular section. This is where I've made this video. This is where I've pushed it out. And obviously, the point that I was making here, that this midline of the channel is the support level for immediate continuation, aiming for that quick and fast rise in price. Now, should we lose that level, then for me that is a tell that it is going to take longer for us to get there, right? And that is exactly what has happened, and that helped me with my expectation management, because we did fell through. We did saw a reaction around the bottom region of the range, but we did not make a new high, right? So everything really fell in line with the expectation, and based off of that expectation and that analysis that I've done over there, it helps me, not only myself, but also, the community members, and potentially even you. So if you have made profit and from this idea, then let me know in the comments below. I would be happy to learn about how you guys are doing with this. But, not stressing out over the fact like, oh, if you have missed a trade, for example, maybe you were waiting for just a little bit lower, not over expecting the fact that, we're going to go further upwards. Because, even though there was a little bit of a news event, in the end, as a trader, I do not care about the news. Despite the fact that I will be talking about the fundamentals in a second, it doesn't affect my trading decisions in the slightest. This was my expectation, allowing myself to, take profits on time, essentially. and simply, not expecting these high prices right now. Eventually, I'm expecting them, as we see currently on the chart. But look at what happened. We saw a full rotation to the downside, actually taking out some important levels, right? Dropping out below the channel for a little bit before reclaiming it. And there we go. Now we are actually in the process of reclaiming these levels. And as you can see, didn't happen immediately, even though we saw a surge in price, following that expectation, with having that delay in that price rotation. So it all played out super brilliantly, and that is why, this is just proof that this channel focuses on technical analysis, but it doesn't do hindsight analysis. I'm being transparent, no nonsense. We don't do bullshit here. We are the real deal. We're giving you these levels in advance, but also trying to teach you in the process of doing so, right? Now, obviously, in a public video, I can only teach so much. And that is why the community, for example, becomes very helpful, because I'm updating this live, how I'm trading it, how I'm assessing the situation, how the dynamics change throughout, during these kind of rotations within a range, etc. But for now, what is my expectation on Bitcoin? At the moment, we are still in, I would say, a holiday period, so the volume is fairly diluted. So, but the bigger levels just above us are simply $38,000. I'm going to keep it simple here. And I'm going to focus on this channel that I have been showing you time and time again. It has now been updated, right? It has now been updated. Initially constructing from candle close to candle close, giving us this channel. Now connecting it from the channel, from the candle wicks, giving us this new updated and higher time frame channel, where we have hit that midline of the channel. Initially, if you're interested in the positions that I'm in, I am currently in a new swing long trade taken from the bottom of this channel, taken profit as well at the midline of the channel, and simply still expecting higher, right? But in the meantime, we are day trading the local price section, right? Such as this section. But at the moment, we are at a level where it becomes really important, because there's a lot of things going on here at $38,000, which makes this at the moment one of the more important levels. Reclaim this level, then that opens up the door for much higher prices, where I would be personally looking at $40,000 first, because that also marks out the top of the channel, and simply there's really not that much resistance above us. However, we really need to reclaim the $38,000, because I'm showing you this level, but trust me, there are more reasons why this is an important level. This is where a lot of different time frames and participants are actually converging with each other, at the moment creating that as resistance. If we reclaim that, then the chances are pretty high that we are going to see higher prices without too much effort, where the next checkpoint for me really would be $40,000. And keep in mind, we can have obviously like retracements in between. We can do all of that, but ultimately I'm focusing here on the slightly higher time frame, eyeing that $40,000, bare minimum, in my opinion, if not much higher. But as traders, we have to look at the price levels as we're professionals here, so we cannot just expect $50,000 next, right? You're gonna have to break down the chart in a structured and efficient way, and trade it level by level, so that with every checkpoint you can make new decisions should the dynamics or should the situation change. And that is what I teach. That is what I do, and that is how you become consistent. Now, for downside levels, I would be really looking for, first of all, 36,800 is an important intermediate level, I would say. Lose that level, then we can revisit the $36,000 region again. Now, break down below, then I would be eyeing lower levels, such as $35,000, or ideally $34,000. Would I be super bearish by then? Actually, no. Because for me, that would provide me an even greater opportunity to buy the dip once again. that is my current stance on Bitcoin. At the moment, I have no reason to believe otherwise. Going to simply be sticking with my plan, sharing that plan with you today, sharing the levels over here, sharing the upside levels, sharing the downside levels, and sharing the intermediate level that we are currently fighting up against. So with that, you should now be fully up to date. And also, be aware of what to expect from the price action. And hopefully with that, it can help you make an informed decision, right? And by the way, the fact that I'm saying I am bullish doesn't mean that I am longing here right into resistance. I have already longed. My expectation is that we are going to see higher prices, and it all follows that earlier analysis as well. When we were trading here, I said, okay, lose the midline of this intermediate channel, right? Then if we hold it, then I foresee a quicker rise to that $40,000 levels, lose that level, and then it would take longer. Now, we lost the level, we did see a bounce, put in a lower high, actually seen another drop, and here we are 4 days later, three days later, now getting that rise ultimately. So after a delay, after losing some intermediate levels, we are still seeing the chart playing out. What can I say? As I wanted. And that is how we trade, and that is how we do that each and every single day. So now I want to move over to another topic, because obviously this piece of price action, I would say, also got emphasized by quite some big news. And that has to do with the fact that Binance, and a lot of stuff has happened with Binance, they got sued. The CEO, CZ, as a CEO, stepped down, and they need to pay a fine of $4 billion. So since Binance is the largest exchange, I kind of do want to shed some light on it, and also want to give my personal views a little bit on the situation. And I also want to talk about how this could be related to the ETF approval discussion. So like I said before, this is not usually what I'm doing on this channel, but I think, this being an event of rather large scale, I think from time to time it can be interesting to just have a chat about it, right? So first of all, I wanna say that I think I'm starting to find out now that the 4, to me, it really starts to look that Binance knew this all along. And I do think that there's something bigger in play. But first, before I address that part, I do want to make a mention of a post that I created on Twitter last week. So personally, I'm not gonna lie, I have never really been a great fan of Binance. I think my experience on that exchange has never been great, and I have not really traded on this exchange since 3 years. So I'm also not really aware in what way they have improved. But what really struck me, and I really feel like I need to react on this, and I want to react on it. I see like a few people that claim themselves like as a leader in the crypto space, or as like a trading guru, or when in fact they really don't have so much experience in building and creating a business, shit talking CZ, and all the hate basically coming into these exchanges. I think it's a little bit gross and disgusting, because you have to realize that when Binance came into existence, there was really nothing else out there. There was there was not really a place to trade altcoins on, for example. You have to realize that yes, of course, I don't agree with the allegations and whatever he gets accused of. That for me is a little bit irrelevant. But looking at him as a businessman that worked pretty hard to make things happen in the crypto space, and effectively bringing that industry forward, demands a little bit of respect, and while there doesn't have to be love necessarily in this space, although I'm a big advocate of that, there needs to be respect, and to just shit talk somebody like from that stature, from somebody with those kind of achievements, having way more business experience than most people that are just, commenting on them, even people that I used to look up myself. I find that outright really disrespectful and disgusting and very immature. And I don't think that this man deserves that. Like I said, I'm not a great fan of the exchange itself, but I do need to give my respect where it's due, and that is my stance on things. And this is also one of the problems that crypto has. People cannot somehow distinguish like the achievements of somebody with let's say a discussion about an exchange. They're using this now to bash on exchanges, only to promote their own exchanges. They're saying like, oh yeah, no, this exchange is the best exchange. Look, I've always called this exchange a scam or something like that. Like you always have to, what I would say is you always kind of have to think like these kind of so-called influencers, and just using this for their own benefit, even if they are successful traders. In the end, there's always a business incentive behind it. So keep that in mind when you are making your decisions, or when you decide to believe somebody and to follow somebody. This channel also exists to bring a little bit of transparency and a little bit of reason within this space, without like from an objective point of view, and I just really wanted to give my reaction on this topic, because I think enough is enough, and so much hate is really not necessary. And like I said before, don't get me wrong, I do not approve of of these kind of practices, right? But I do need to give respect to where it's due. This man has done a lot for the space, and he did provide solutions when nobody else was doing that. So it's just basically where I want to leave this discussion. So those are my thoughts. When it comes to exchanges, please make your own decisions. Personally, I only use products that I have used myself for a while, and that I trust a lot, and that I also know the team from. For me, that is the case with BitGet. If you are just interested, that is my main exchange. I've used it for a long time. I think it's really a nice exchange. It's a good exchange, and if you want to also try this out, then you can use this link. There's a lifetime 15% discount on the fees. I can guarantee you that, because these 15% come from myself, not from the exchange themselves, because I truly believe in the product. So, give it a go. If you are looking for, let's say, if you got scared, or if you want to not put your eggs all in one basket, which I do not recommend doing, even if you do have a favorite exchange, I highly recommend using multiple ones anyway, because you never know what an exchange is gonna do, right? You never know. You never know. So you kind of want to spread your funds around anyway. So for me, I would recommend BitGet. So those are my words that I wanted to say on the situation. Keep in mind that now, how does this? Let's move on to the next topic. And how does this relate to what I would say a much bigger plan, and how does this affect my trading? As a matter of fact, it doesn't affect my trading at all. What I do notice is that the reflection in the price was actually very minimal. We did see a decrease in price during that, but overall, I'm thinking that that the community is taking it really well, and it really doesn't affect too much. So that also means that we don't really need to worry about the news. And as technical traders, as factual traders, we can focus on the charts and on the facts, and that is where our decision-making process derives from. And so that doesn't affect me in the slightest. What I do think is that there's a few puzzle pieces starting to come together. And it has to do with me really starting to think that an ETF approval, I think this time, might be going through. I think the industry is mature enough for, due to the last bull market, the way we formed that top over there, we formed a rounded bottom. As we speak, we are actually going into the $38,000 levels. But I want to focus on on the topic at hand. So this top over here, right? This top over here, this top over here, this top over here looks very different from the past tops, for example, over here, which were more like blow-off tops, right? Same goes for the previous all-time high before this bull market at $20,000. The market dynamics did change. There is a different type of interest coming into the market. More parties have become involved in it. There has been more institutional interest in these markets. And I do think that the market is ready for this. And to me, and I could be wrong, right? I could be wrong. Keep in mind, this is a little bit speculative. But to me, it just all starts to come together. The SEC this year has literally just been spray and praying around, in my opinion, on various crypto, is really doubling down on crypto. KYC becoming mandatory, forbidding it in, limiting access in the United States to this, At the same time, suing left and right for pretty ridiculous reasons, let's be honest. We saw Kraken sued. We basically everything that you can think of, multiple altcoins getting sued. It's just kind of like a spray and pray. Everybody is kind of like just don't want the smoke, and eventually just settles for paying a fine, right? And now the latest one, the biggest catch for that for the SEC has been Binance, because $4 billion obviously is not a joke. To me, it really starts to become a little bit clear. And like I said, this is a little bit speculation, but as somebody who likes to, focus on money in and outflows as well in his spare time, again, not to make trading decisions, it starts to become pretty obvious to me that I think just the United States government is just underexposed in crypto. And how do you get exposure to crypto? Use the tools of power that you have at hand. Spray and pray, sue everybody left and right, and just collect their fines, put it in the BlackRock ETF, approve it, smash it down with a hammer, approve it, and boom, suddenly you have legal exposure to crypto. So I could be wrong on this, but that's just, things are just really starting to piece together, in my opinion. And I think that is maybe part of a bigger plan. So personally, I would really not be surprised if we would actually see an ETF approval. Sooner rather than later, maybe even in a few weeks, who knows? But I think it's all starting to come to fruition. And so let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. And the reason why I'm highlighting this in this video, because I kind of got quite a few questions on, Mike, what are your thoughts on the subject? And this is a technical analysis and trading channel, right? But due to the amount of questions that I've received about this topic, I decided to just, make a video about it and highlight my views on this. So now you know what I think about this. It doesn't affect my trading decisions in the slightest, but on the macro perspective, it is then pretty decent to assume that we might see higher prices in the short term before a larger retracement, right? And I think it's just really interesting to just observe on what is happening on that side of, if you really think about it, it's just kind of obvious. In my opinion, it's really obvious and kind of like just makes me chuckle a little bit. So if you're like this Bitcoin maximalist, then, I'm a trader. I'm a trader. So ultimately, deeply down inside, I do believe in crypto. But if I don't have problems selling my Bitcoin. If you're like a maximalist, then there's another thing to consider. Like if you would sell your Bitcoin ever, then you kind of have to realize that you're most likely giving it away to the institutions, effectively, contributing to centralization. So that's something to just food for thought over the weekend, maybe. But hey, those are my thoughts. I'm a trader. I don't really care whether Bitcoin trades at $100,000. I don't care whether Bitcoin is trading at $2. I can just come in every single day, get into the market, take trades, profit, extract money, and go on to the next one. So that is my stance currently. And as we are talking about is we are seeing that key level now being hit, $38,000, currently seeing a rejection, lower time frame. So we're going to have to see how this is going to progress. Hopefully this video is going to be out in time for you to, to make use of this. So I'm gonna hurry it up and move on to the next topic and a closure. By the way, if you like this information, if you want me to do more of these kind of videos where I go into these kind of topics, then hit the like, subscribe button, and let me know in the comments whether you want more of this type of content. I would be interested to learn about that. All right, so then I want to move over to the next topic, which is our Black Friday sale. So we have a Black Friday sale at the moment. That is what we have for you at the moment. Some nice discount on a tribe membership where, you will get access to the community, to myself, to other traders that are trading every single day. You will get access to a technical analysis course. Even if you have never looked at a chart before, there is material out there for you to get started so that you can keep up with what is being talked about in our Discord community. This is great if you are looking to be serious about day trading. And let me tell you, what we currently have available for you is really only just the beginning of your path to consistency, because very soon we're gonna come up with some massive announcement that I am pretty sure will blow your mind. I can guarantee you that. So for now, Black Friday sale on Tribe membership. Just throwing it out there. Visit the website tribe-labs.io. On the website, you can find everything really easily. Simply, just do your thing and hopefully see you in the tribe. I will be more than happy to help you on your journey to making consistent profits. And with that, I'm going to close off this chart, put out this video before this price action is going to progress any further and it becomes less relevant to you. See you later and in the next video. Cheers, everybody. Bye.